the NCAA is moving to shift more of that money to players. Now, the NCAA board will be meeting this week to vote and likely approve a plan that would allow conferences to increase scholarships beyond tuition, room and board, and books by $2,000. I sat down with the NCAA president at a night commission meeting in Washington, D.C. yesterday. Here's what he said.
So no student's ever going to get paid to play. There's a variety of expenses that students have that are still underneath the cap of what it costs to go to that school, and we're just trying to fill the gap between what they get now and what they really need to go to school.
Now, the 6 so-called power conferences are expected to adapt the rule right away. Those in schools with less money, though, have raised concerns this could be a budget buster if their conference chooses to implement it. Now, we also discussed the other overwhelmingly dominant issue in college sports this year, conference realignment. You know, this year's wave started by Texas A&M's move to the SEC. The NCAA president saying he'd like to introduce more transparency into the process.
And just like you've got to do an announcement if you're going to do an acquisition in the business world. If a school had to say, we're thinking about leaving this conference to go to that conference, and they have to do that 30 days in advance, and they have to explain what their thinking is to the world. Everyone gets to say, well, here's why I think you ought to stay, here's why I think you ought to go, and you
right.
and no one's surprised then by those shuffling deck chairs. I think that could be very, very helpful.
Now, there is speculation that Missouri will join the SEC in the very near future, with more dominoes yet to fall after that. Now, Emmert told me that they could, at least the Division I Board of Directors, could adapt new rules around disclosure and alignment when they next meet in January, but it'd be very unlikely they'd be able to do that in a shorter time frame. So possible rule changes coming, but nothing guaranteed, and certainly not in time.